Yeah, it sure does, Bryce. I'm sure many people are still down at the beach, maybe traveling home today. And as for your Labor Day forecast, for those just taking it easy here in the Delta, it's going to be hot and dry, lower humidity than what we're used to this time of the year, and it is going to be hot. Temperatures in the middle 90s. Now, as for the rest of the week, we'll gradually see moisture returning, which means slightly higher humidity and a better chance of some showers and thunderstorms by the middle of the week. And that cold front we were talking about last week looks to stay off to our west, so definitely a frowny face there, but we're not too far off from the official beginning of autumn, so we'll be getting that cooler weather. If it's not next week, it will be at some point, but it looks like it's at least going to stay mild here in the Delta for the next week or so. Things are calm this morning, high pressure dominating, but we're going to have a pretty strong storm system dive down, and it's going to go further west than we originally thought, which means it's going to stay warmer here. But Denver actually in the 90s yesterday, expecting upwards of 6 inches of snow tomorrow. So just crazy weather out west, and it will continue to be crazy for the rest of the month, more than likely, as we start to get into this transitional season. As for the radar, not a whole lot of reason to show this other than just to show that there's nothing going on. It's quiet across the entire Magnolia State, Arkansas and Louisiana. No rain to be found, which means dry roadways if you're heading out or maybe traveling to wherever you're headed today. As for temperatures, Greenville at 70, dew points in the mid 60s, so comfortable this morning. It was in the mid 60s earlier. As for Greenwood, currently 69, and area-wide temperatures generally in the low 70s to upper 60s. We're starting to see that warm up across the entire Magnolia State into Arkansas and Louisiana. So again, not a whole lot of variation with those temperatures this morning. And taking a look at your MUGGY meter through this weekend, it's going to be between comfortable and tolerable the next couple of days, but we'll start to see that humidity increasing heading into the end of the week. But notice it's not going to be too high, which is definitely good, because last week that was tropical. That's where we would be seeing the yikes level, but fortunately it's going to be just under humid heading into the middle of the week. As for your future tracker, no rain expected. Temperatures gradually going to warm into the 90s by lunchtime. We'll have a breeze out of the south, mid 90s possible by this afternoon and evening, but notice no rain showing up anywhere on our future tracker. It's going to be a quiet day, and as we go through the night, temperatures back into the 60s. Now the next 6 days going to be relatively quiet too. However, by the middle of the week we could see a couple of those afternoon pop-up thunderstorms. And your temperature trend through next week generally going to be in the mid 90s. Again, not a whole lot of change coming through Saturday. As for the next 6 to 10 days, we are trending below average for next week. I know we said the same thing about this week last week, but it is starting to look more and more likely that we'll be in the upper 80s, maybe back into the 60s during the overnight hours heading into the second week of September. As for the tropics, things are starting to heat up as the official peak is September 10th, so only 3 more days. This is Tropical Depression 17, now moving to the west, expected to recurve by next week. And there's also another system, about a 30% chance of developing just to the south of Bermuda. And there's also another system just off the coast of Africa, not showing up on my tracker just yet. That is Tropical Depression 18, but neither expected to impact the U.S., which is definitely good news. As for the rest of your Labor Day, we're going to see those temperatures rising all day long, highs around 96 later on, plenty of sunshine, low humidity. Tonight it's going to be another clear and comfortable night back in the 60s, so you can't beat that. And tomorrow hot again, mid 90s, a little more humidity to work with, but that sunshine going to be all over the place. And as we head through the middle of the week, not a whole lot of changes coming other than a couple of showers possible Wednesday and Thursday. That'll do it for your morning weather. Back to you, Bryce.